Hi, I'm Austin Ertham.
And I'm Taylor Patton. Welcome to Kitchen Table Podcast.
Here to motivate, educate, and relate to you guys, sharing our stories, helping you get 1% better in all areas of your life. Welcome to this week's episode of the 1440. Remember, 14 minutes and 40 seconds is 1% of your day. Taylor Patton came up with that, and I've been thankful for him every day for that because it is a great idea. Anyways, that's my shared gratitude for today. What's your shared gratitude for the day? This is not playing. It's on my mind.
I'm thankful to do what others can't.
Elaborate.
There's a lot of people I can't see. There's a lot of people I can't hear. I'm thankful for all these things. Thankful I can walk. I'm thankful I can drive.
What would be the worst sense to lose, in your opinion?
Seeing.
Totally agree. What would be the best to lose?
So,
Totally don't agree.
what would be? What would be yours?
Yeah, I guess so. But smelling good food just gets you going. Yeah, it'd probably be smell. Maybe touch. No, because you can't feel it. Yeah, it'd be smell. You're right. See, touch, taste. See, touch, taste, smell. What's the fifth one? It's like totally had a list there. What's the fifth sense?
See, touch, taste, smell, hear.
Hear. Yeah, hearing not be good too.
Sorry.
Yeah, hearing. I forgot about that. Anyways, all right. Lent started. When this comes out, Lent will have started the day before.
Mm-hmm.
So Lent, if you guys don't know, do other religions do that? I don't even know.
No.
So Lent's a Catholic thing that basically prepares, goes through the life of Jesus in 40 days, 40 nights, replicates the desert, 40 days, 40 nights, replicates Jesus going through the Passion, and ends with ultimately Easter when he rises from the dead and ascends into heaven. Okay, so 40 days, 40 nights, not counting Sundays, but there's general rules, of course, whether you're not supposed to meet on Friday, but you're supposed to do something extra during Lent or something that you give up during Lent that you care for or need to show, I don't know, what do you want to say, show empathy or show action towards Jesus, right? So I'm not very good at giving stuff up, so I always try to do something extra. What are you thinking to do for Lent, starting on Ash Wednesday, ending on Easter? I always try to do something like nutrition, so I try to give up dessert because it's gonna make me better. I gotta do something. There's a prayer booklet I sometimes do and that kind of stuff too. But you got anything in mind?
Yeah, this year I'm gonna spend. I'm gonna set an alarm clock every day. I'm gonna try and spend 5 minutes in meditation.
That's gonna be mine.
You should.
Because my goal, one of my goals of the semester is to meditate. I have maybe done it once. So my goal is 2 minutes before I go to bed to spend time in meditation. And hopefully I could grow it to 5. Maybe 10, but depending on the day. So I think meditation's great. Why do you like meditation?
I don't. I suck at it.
Okay.
That's why I want to.
How can that bring you closer to Jesus?
I think it's going to allow me to open up my mind more, free my mind more. Just to be able to kind of sit with him. Because I think constantly on the go, or just I really just don't sit with him as much anymore, and as I used to.
You're always doing the talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
So I think I really want to push that.
Ditto. I think, are you going to use a book or anything? You're just going to literally just lay there with your eyes closed and I picture a white screen.
Yeah, I'm excited to.
So I think I do best when I try to think of nothing, and then when I think of something, I have to write it down. But I think, so a lot of this, so far this season, since January, we have talked about goals for the year, resolutions. We talked about growth, what we want to change last week or earlier this week. We talked about discipline about a month ago and how hard it is. We talked about mental toughness. I think meditation literally will help us with everything we've talked about the last 6 weeks, plus opens our mind to Jesus a little bit more. Because everything we should be doing in our discernment, our purpose, right, is something I've been hitting on a lot. Jesus should help lead us to that purpose and should be the driver in the car of our purpose. We should be the passenger. I think spending time, like you said, 5 minutes a day will be awesome. For me, that's just going to be like silent reflection, like I continually do, but it's in a different setting and it's right before bed, so it helps me like wind down. I think would be a good thing. And Steph and I think, should have a Lent book every day. I think Steph and I should read the Lent book together. Growing our faith, that's easy, 5-minute thing to do. We already do that once a week, but
Nice.
Every day I think would be good for Lent and really like hone in on Jesus' life again, just start to finish. Helps you renew your faith is what I think about it as. So, and I think every Sunday in Lent they do the baptismal stuff too, like renew your baptismal vows. And it helps values too. Talk about values a lot. So I think we're going in with that expectation, right?
Yeah.
So how do we follow through the expectation? Like you expect to do it every day,
Yeah.
right? So how do you follow through with that expectation? Because someday you're going to be tired.
Yeah.
Or you forget one day, which naturally might happen.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I just set an alarm on my clock, on my phone.
You got that alarm clock?
That will go off every day.
There you go.
Yeah. I'll make sure it will happen.
What if you're busy when it goes off? If you're dealing with texts from kids who are in trouble or staff members who are in trouble.
Don't even get me going on that. Don't even get me going on that right now.
Focus. Lock in.
Yeah, because my mind is not here. Not gonna lie.
Lock
Sorry.
in. Narrow vision.
No, so
again,
like if it goes off and I'm busy, if I'm at work and I'm busy, then I'll just set another reminder, and then I don't know. That's all I got, because I just need to decide on how I'm gonna do it. Either I'm just gonna sit, or I'm gonna maybe get a meditation book. I haven't decided.
I have a book I could give you. I think it's here. I can give you a meditation book. It's called Unplugged. It's a great book. It gives you like different methods of meditating. I also think breathing is a big thing. So for me, I gotta find like, I can't be doing a bunch of stuff and then be like, I'll just do it right before bed. Whenever I say I'll do that for praying, I never do it. It's got to be like, okay, I'm doing this right now. Leave me alone for 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like I got to be in the setting, knowing that nothing else is gonna. Phone's away. No, everybody in the house knows I'm doing it. TV's off. Spotify's not on, and I gotta like start it, hit the timer, and then go through with it. So I think that's important. I also think Lent is a great time because it turns into spring. And I kind of feel like when winter's over, it's like another renewal process. Does that make sense? Like spring break happens, Easter, obviously our birthdays, well, yours more in the middle, but mine's like right at the end of Lent. Mass surges on, starts getting better weather. I just feel like everything, like you see the sunshine more, although it's been pretty good winter this year, really. But I just think everything's renewed, and it really it's a good starting point to have. It's like a good preseason to the actual event. Like, okay, meditation for 5 minutes becomes part of your day, and now you're just doing it naturally to find that next step. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things I said, and then it makes you be disciplined in following through as well. That's why I talked about expectation. Like, what do you expect to do? Because I think my brother and I had this conversation about expectation. With state wrestling, and I was like, some people just aren't athletic enough to be here, or they're just happy to be here and wrestle a couple times and move on, and then Ryan's like, yeah, but some of those kids can hold their own, and I was like, yeah, they can against typical competition. This isn't typical competition, so depending on your expectation level, you're doing good or bad. It's all about expectation. That's why I asked you if you missed a day, what would you do? But my expectation, so Ryan was like, so running, I'm an average, I'm an okay, what is the actual term I used? I didn't say pathetic, I said, gosh, why do I always blank when I need to talk? I basically said like, oh, he said that kids can hold their own, and I said, yeah, but that's not the expectation, basically, right? Gosh, I'm mad at my words right now, so I got to get better at. And he said, so yeah, I'm just an average runner, and you're just an average crosser. And I said, depending on your expectations, yes. Like I want to be the best. I want to be the best me for sure.
Yeah.
So how can we get to that level? We can't just take a day off by doing that. So I was like, the expectation is some kids that there's a fine line between like the contentness and expecting for greatness. Like some of those guys are like, there's a kid, my little cousin made it, and in his weight bracket, the second ranked kid in the whole United States is in his bracket. And like everybody's scared to wrestle him. And his expectation is like obviously to get first place. But if mine would be to not give up a point. You know, so I just think expectations play a huge role in our growth that we want to have in life. So I mean, if you want to be average, fine. If you want to miss half the days of Lent, fine.
I think it also depends on, you also have to have like self-awareness.
Yeah, you got to match where if you're not going to be a state champ, you got to understand that.
Yeah, and I mean, you can have expectations to be a state champ of whatever, or you can have expectations of getting a perfect score on your ACT. But I mean, at some point, you have to have the self-realization and self-accuracy that like maybe that's not what you can achieve. Not saying not to shoot, not say not to try, not shoot for it, because I mean, obviously push it, go for it. What's the, like again, like we talked about before, what's the alternative? Why not go? Why not try it for it? But at some point, like you also have to also know and self-realize that like, okay, I'm not gonna make the standards or the goal I hit or set.
But if you're at that point, why not spend time and effort
and trying? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but you got to understand how important it is to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if you're spending 60% on trying to get better, you're only going to get 40% or 60% better, whereas you have 40% that you're wasting time. And I think a lot of the time we are happy to just be there. We're happy to be spending some effort in it, versus if it's really important to you, you'll spend a lot more effort into it. Like, for instance, okay, so there's extra kids who made it this year, right? So the first round, all the top 8 guys get a bye, and the other 16 wrestle. There's 24 total.
Yeah.
So if you lose that first match, you get to see who you wrestle in the second match, because the winners wrestle each other, and then you wrestle the loser. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're not watching those matches like intently, like as an athlete, then why are you just happy to be there? If you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Versus like people who really want to be there, they're going to be like in tune to it. They're going to be watching other matches, thinking about like, okay, this is what this team coach, like LeBron in the All-Star game last week. He's like, he's recruiting for free agency. Everybody LeBron picks possibly could be a free agent in the future that he might want to play with. He's putting he's learning even when he's not, like, nobody thinks of it. It's just a fun All-Star game. Whereas he's like, no, this is a business thing for me, because he gets to pick his team that could help me in the future. That is high expectation and following through your expectation with your action.
Yeah.
And I think we're too much about, I saw at the state tournament with numerous people, we're too happy
to be there.
To just be, oh yeah, you tried hard, or we're too high expectation, like yelling at people, like, why are we doing this, blah blah blah, where clearly the kid's not good enough. Yeah. So I just think we need to realize expectation and reality, and then have our actions match that. And it just bugs me. And it also bugs me that I couldn't think of the quote that Ryan was saying. Maybe I'll look it up quick. This is the same thing on Tuesday. Jeepers, Gravity.
It's not that deep.
It is.
We got to wrap up here anyway.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Anyways, if you guys have an expectation, you all let me know what's going on.
Have high standards, no expectation.
We'll get into that next week, because I gotta process. I think you should have high expectation and be the standard.
Set the standard, have no expectations.
You
That's
should always
not-
have expectations. Standards are expectations. No. Standards are doing the expectation, because your action is meaning it. Yeah, have standards, not expectations. Why didn't you say it? I just wasted 10 minutes of people's time.
I just thought about it. I don't know. I just thought about it.
Ah,
I just put it together. Like,
print that out. That's good. Standards are doing the expectation and meeting it. That's the definition of setting the bar. I like that. Holy cow, I'm mind blown. All right, over and out.
love you. Bye.
Write that down.